My name is Joe Rakert, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Saab Doctor. Today, we're taking a road trip, and we're picking up the rear differential for the NG95. Afterwards, I'll explain how I found this rear differential about an hour from my house, and how it didn't break the bank. Stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Well, there we go. Good weekend of project.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Alright, as everyone just saw, got the rear diff. It's in the back. Took them a few minutes because they accidentally brought up a transfer case at first instead of a rear diff, so it took me an extra hour. But it looks good other than the fact that they cut the harness for the pump. So that means I'll either have to reuse my pump or wire in that pump into my current harness. So other than that, looks good. Time to head home. I mean, the cool thing here is I'm turning on a racetrack road right now. That's pretty sweet. Oh, there's Road America, everybody. In case you were wondering why this is racetrack road. I'm actually not sure what they have going on today, but they've definitely got something.
Continue on Wisconsin 67 south for 4 miles.
And off to home we go. All right, everybody, I'm home. I've changed. Now it's time to check out that rear differential. And here it is. Other than that bolt probably being an issue now that I see it. Oh, that's not a bolt. Huh, probably just clean that up. Interesting, I don't know what that is. Looks like some dirt. It's got plugs. Seems they cut the wiring harness like I was saying, but I should have this half on the car. And other than that, time to bring her in. And now that I have the new differential sitting here on, you know, one of these rolly wheelie things, I can tell you what it is. This is a Cadillac XTS differential with 33,000 miles on it. This should bolt right in, no problem. We're gonna make sure of that probably this coming weekend. Do you know what the best part is? I paid just $350 for this locally. That's right. 33,000 miles, $350. I'm going to show you how in just a minute. Okay, everybody. I guess it took less than a minute, seeing that, you know, pretty quick transition there. Okay, folks, I just want to start off. This is for people with cars in the U.S. and North America. Unfortunately, outside of the U.S., I don't know the model exchanges, and unfortunately, I don't have enough data on my hands to be able to kind of cross-reference at all. If you want to, you can add it in the comments, and what I'll do is I'll take it and I'll put it into the description, cars that everyone's saying exchanges with these models. So if you look at the screen now, what you're going to see is the list of cars with ELSD and without ELSD. Take a look at it, figure out which car you have. Now, when you're looking at GM, what they'll say across the board is an ELSD car is a car with inboard slingers, and a non-ELSD car is without inboard slingers. Now, just taking a note, if you're looking at rear differentials, remember that the rear differential in the SRX, which will cross to the 94X, will not fit in the car. So now, talking about cars with ELSD, the cars that you will be able to pull a rear differential from are the LaCrosse. Now, this is LaCrosse with 4GG69 model code, and that's 2010 and newer. And Cadillac XTS 2012 and newer, and that's any Cadillac XTS. All XTSs came with ELSD or inboard slingers. The RPO codes to watch for on these two cars are F46 and G96. Now, talking about non-ELSD cars, or cars without inboard slingers, you'll have the Buick Regal 2011 and newer, and the Buick LaCrosse 2010 and newer, cars without the 4GG69 model designation. These cars will only have the F46 RPO code. Now, F46 in the SRX and 94X differential will mean ELSD. You may also see G96 on those, but all of those are interchangeable. Now let's jump on CarPart, which is exactly what I did. I went to carpart.com right here, and what I did was I searched for 2013 Cadillac XTS Carrier. So let's find it. Now it'll say Carrier, see also differential. Don't search for a differential for one of these. Search for a Carrier. And then hit search. Then what it'll do is it'll sort nearest to farthest from your zip code. So near me now, I have, one for $500, 38 miles away, one for $360, 46 miles away. Now you have to watch the part grade. So what the part grades are, an A is less than or equal to 60,000 miles, or greater than 60,000 miles, but less than or equal to 200,000 miles, and less than or equal to 15,000 miles per year. A grade B is greater than 60,000 miles and less than or equal to 200,000 miles, but greater than 15,000 miles per year. And a C is greater than 200,000 miles. I personally would steer away from a Carrier with greater than 200,000 miles. That's just me. You'll be able to see if you scroll down to the bottom of CarPart's site, they actually outline this right here at the bottom. So let's just scroll back up. Let's actually look at that grade B Carrier. So what I always do is I click on the pictures. Now what you'll be able to do from here is you'll be able to grab the VIN number. You'll be able to look at the odometer if they have a picture. So, okay, this one has 75,260 miles on it. I personally wouldn't say that's that bad for the price. So, if I were still looking for one and I hadn't found mine with 33,000 miles, I'd possibly go look at this one, or I'd possibly look into this one. Let's just look at this first one that doesn't have a grade, which I find kind of interesting. And it probably doesn't have a grade because the severity of the damage, probably the odometer doesn't light up, so they don't know how many miles are on it. So, all right, let's just go back to the main screen on CarPart, and let's actually do a Buick LaCrosse search. So I want LaCrosse, I want a Carrier. Then we'll do a search. So now 15 miles from me, there is a Carrier with a grade A for $395. Now there's no pictures, unfortunately, so I wouldn't be able to look up the VIN number. This is LKQ, so I could probably actually go to LKQ's website, use their stock number, find the car, find the VIN number, and then be able to do my research from there. It looks like these guys have some new OEM surplus ones with sensors and wiring, so that's actually pretty interesting. You could look up the GM part number on this one. The one thing I want to say about GM part numbers is I've noticed some disparity on what it cross-references to when you look it up. So that's why I always say check the car, look for the RPO codes. Let's take a look at this one quick. It's an A. Let's see if they have the VIN number in here, because I always look for a VIN number just to double check things. Scroll down. Oh, no remote, but this one has 50,000 miles, so that's good. And then here's the VIN number. So you could take this, look it up. These guys actually look like they've done a really good job, so maybe they actually have the RPO code picture. Now, the RPO codes are found in the trunk if you're actually parting out one of these cars yourself. And here you go. Here are all the RPO codes on this particular car. You'd be able to go through. Now, we'll look. Let's see. F46. They should be in order. F46 is there. And does this have a G96? I feel like I'm playing bingo right now. It does have G96. So this one does have inboard slingers. So this would actually be another good one that I could have used for my ELSD car. Or you could use for yours if you're local. So that was this one right here, $450. Completely reasonable price. Super, super easy. And honestly, that's about all, folks. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. You know, I have been a little lax on getting a video out. I've actually really been trying to. Unfortunately, I've been doing a lot with cleaning up the shop, getting ready to get the NG95 in. I had a 95 parts car that anyone who follows my Instagram, funny enough, I started calling them my Instagram insiders because they get to see more of what's going on around here because I post a lot to Instagram. So just, make sure to follow me on Instagram at the Saab Collector. I'm going to be hopefully doing the rear differential this week on the NG95. And depending on how it goes, I may break it up into 2 videos just for the fact of I want to have one video where I have the differentials next to each other on the table, and we can kind of compare the two. I want to take the filter out, show everybody kind of how they work and whatnot, and go from there. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this, like, share, subscribe, let your friends know, tell your dog. Maybe telling your dog won't help too much. But we're going to have some good updates, and we will see you all soon. Thank you, everybody, and Saab on.